Remarkable revelations this morning about the NYPD's counterterrorism capabilities. The city's top cop making a bombshell admission about anti-aircraft tactics on 60 Minutes last night. CBS News' Jay Dow joins us live from NYPD headquarters in Lower Manhattan with this story. Jay.
Well, good morning to you, Mary. Police Commissioner Ray Kelly says the NYPD simply could not rely solely on the federal government to bolster its counterterrorism capabilities. Last night on 60 Minutes, Police Commissioner Ray Kelly revealed something that may come as a surprise to New Yorkers and the rest of the country. The NYPD has the capability to stop another September 11th style attack.
I mean, in an extreme situation, we would have some means to take down a plane.
Do you mean to say that the NYPD has the means to take down an aircraft?
Yes, I'd prefer not to get into the details, but obviously this would be in a very extreme situation.
You have the equipment and the training?
Yes.
Sources tell CBS 2 News, more specifically, the NYPD's aviation unit would deploy those anti-aircraft weapons. But it's unclear if they would be fired from the air or the ground.
Get down! Get down!
It's all part of Commissioner Kelly's efforts to prepare for every kind of terrorist threat.
We're the #1 target in this country. That's the consensus of the intelligence community. We're the communications capital. We're the financial capital. We're a city that's been attacked twice successfully. We've had 13 terrorist plots against the city since September 11th. No other city has had that.
Police officials now say no one else has this. A video surveillance system in Lower Manhattan so sophisticated, it can isolate or track anything deemed suspicious, from an abandoned package to anyone wearing, let's say, a red shirt.
Video canvases that used to take days and weeks to do, you'll now be able to do with the snap of a finger.
Commissioner Kelly is not naive enough to believe that skill and expertise will always be enough to get the job done. He acknowledges the department has been lucky several times over the last several years, and he says he'll take luck anytime. We're live in Lower Manhattan this morning. Jay Dow, CBS 2 News.
All right, Jay, thank you so much. Meantime, more than a dozen Bronx cops are facing charges of illegal ticket fixing. Last week, a grand jury indicted 17 police officers who allegedly quashed traffic and parking tickets issued to family and relatives. Today, the officers are expected to begin surrendering to internal affairs investigators. One of the 17 is a lieutenant. 2 others are sergeants. Several are said to be union officials.
The UN Security Council convenes today for its first look at the Palestinian application for full state membership. But the talks are not expected to lead to a vote anytime soon. CBS News' Kristen Thorne joins us live from the UN this morning. Good morning, Kristen.
Good morning, Mary. And that's right. The vote isn't expected to happen at least for the next few weeks or even the next few months. But the discussions, they're expected to begin today. It's the first day of business for the UN Security Council. Its members expected to begin discussing today the Palestinian application for membership in the UN. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is crying foul.
I think the Palestinians are trying to get away without negotiating. They're trying to get a state to continue the conflict with Israel rather than to end it. They're trying to basically detour around peace negotiations by going to the UN and have the automatic majority in the UN General Assembly give them a state.
Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas spoke to a cheering crowd in Ramallah yesterday. He said Palestine is willing to negotiate with Israel, but only if Israel stops building settlements in disputed territory. Netanyahu says he's not willing to do that. Netanyahu says he will negotiate with Abbas as long as the Palestinian leader commits his people to peace. And later on this morning, just across the street from where we are here at the UN, several local leaders here in New York City, in the state, several local Jewish leaders are expected to hold a press conference showing their opposition to this bid by the Palestinians. We're live at the UN this morning. Kristen Thorne, CBS 2 News.
Kristen, thank you. A college basketball star from Arizona is recovering this morning after being shot here in New York. Kevin Parham was struck in the hand and knee following a dispute in the Bronx. Parham's a 6'6" reserve who helped the Arizona Wildcats reach the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament. He told his coach he is doing okay and can walk. There's no word on what led to the shooting, and no arrests have been made.
A 16-year-old Queens girl made a desperate call to 911 after she was stabbed in the head. EMS workers found Kiana Thomas at the corner of McDougal Street and Saratoga Avenue in the Ocean Hills section of Brooklyn. They rushed her to Interfaith Hospital, but it was too late. She was pronounced dead on arrival. She was in the neighborhood visiting relatives. Police have not identified any suspects. A video conference is being set up today for the court appearance of the New Jersey father accused of killing his wife. Stephen Acuna was arrested Friday night and charged with murder. The body of his wife, Randy Amanda Lair, was found in a 55-gallon drum encased in cement in the basement of her Jersey City apartment building. Investigators say Lair had been strangled. Acuna reported his wife missing last month, claiming she had disappeared after an argument.
Two American hikers held captive in Iran are savoring their freedom this morning. Shane Bauer and Josh Vitale arrived in New York Sunday morning after spending over 2 years behind bars, accused of trespassing and spying. Their friend, Sarah Shord, was arrested with them but was released last year and joined them here in New York.
We want more than anything to begin our lives anew and with a new appreciation for the sweet taste of freedom.
Our joy knows no bounds. I've never felt as free as I feel today, and I think that's true for all of us.
Bauer and Fatal were reunited Wednesday with their families in Oman. Sarah Short was there as well, greeting Shane Bauer, who is now her fiancé. The two were engaged while being held in Iran.
Mayor Bloomberg is blasting President Obama's proposal to raise taxes on the rich based on what is being called the Buffett rule. Warren Buffett, a billionaire investor, says he and his super-rich friends aren't paying enough. Our billionaire mayor disagrees.
I think it's not fair to say that wealthy people don't pay their fair share. They pay a much higher percentage of their income. They have a higher rate than people who make less.
President Obama says the richest Americans generally pay a smaller percentage of taxes because of lower rates on investment earnings.
So no, your eyes are not deceiving you. Gas prices are still falling.
But first, investors in Asia feeling some of the pain being felt on Wall Street last week. Here's Ashley Morrison with your CBS Money Watch. Good morning.
Good morning, Rob, Mary. Yeah, they're really spreading it around these days. In Asia this morning, markets took another big hit today on Greek debt fears. Tokyo's Nikkei lost more than 2% to fall to a 6-month low, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng was down about 2%, and oil fell to $79 a barrel. Other markets in the region are also trading sharply lower this morning. Today, Wall Street gets the latest check on the housing market. Nerves are rattled after the worst week for the market in almost 3 years. For the week, the Dow plunged 6.5%, while the Nasdaq fell more than 5% for the week.
I know what's bothering you. You're upset because I was nailing you on that Law and Order thing.
You nailing me?
Yeah, that's right. Now I'm going to tell you something.
Michael.
No, wait a second. I'm sorry, Gloria. I know I promised, but I feel I got to say this. You know why we got to break down in Law and Order in this country, Archie? Because we got poverty, real poverty. And you know why we got that? Because guys like you are unwilling to give the black man, the Mexican American, and all the other minorities their just and rightful hard-earned share of the American dream.
Now, let me tell you something. If your spicks in your space want their rightful share of the American dream, let them get out there and hustle for it just like I done.
Yeah, but Archie, you're forgetting one thing. You didn't have to hustle with a black skin.
No, I didn't have to hustle with one arm and one leg neither. So what?
So you're admitting that the black man is handicapped.
Oh, no more than me. He's just as good as me.
Wait, now I suppose you're going to tell me that the black man has had the same opportunity in this country as you?
More. He's had more. I didn't have no million people out there marching and protesting to get me my job.
No, his uncle got it for him.
Don't blame me, you and that Reverend Bleeding Heart Felcher up there in his ivory shower.
Now that's enough. Talking about a man of the cloth that way. God could punish you for that.
God? What God?
Yeah, what God?
What was that? Did you hear him? Did you hear her? What was that remark, Sonny?
I think we better eat now.
I want to know what you meant by what God.
It's nothing, Archie. It's nothing. You need God, so forget it.
That's no way to talk on the Sabbath, Mike.
Stifle,
That's no way to talk to your father-in-law.
Edith, I told you.
I mean, Sunday is a day of peace and rest, and you need a nice brunch.
Edith, will you stifle?
Archie, we're all
Will you stifle? Don't touch nothing. Everything's stuck around here. We get this thing straight. Now, Sonny boy, you made a certain referential remark there. A minute or so ago, along the following lines. What God, you said. And I heard your wife, my flesh and blood, repeat it. So let's hear it again, huh? What did you mean by what God?
We just don't see any evidence of God, that's all.
That's right, Daddy.
That's right, kid. Well, I knew we had a couple of pinkos in this house, but I didn't know we had atheists. Did you know that, Edith, that we had a pair of atheists under this roof?
Maybe if we could just eat a little something.
Will you stifle, you silly dingbat?
I don't want no more argument.
We are not arguing, we're discussing.
I don't care what you call it, it's still arguing.
We're having what we always have around here, a discussion.
I don't see the difference.
That's because you're a dingbat. Get that ridiculous hat off your head. Now, will you stay out of this?
So long as you don't argue.
Edith, stay the hell out of this. What's the matter? Get away from me, you meathead. It's all your fault. You nearly bite the hand off.
Well, what did he do?
He helps himself to coffee, then he turns the handle around the other way.
He didn't do it on purpose. Well, let me see. It really hurts, huh?
Yeah.
Right about in there?
Yeah.
You know what I think we ought to do?
What do you think?
I think we ought to eat.
Don't miss guest star Cedric the Entertainer in the next all-new Hot in Cleveland.
Praise God.
And join him in a live chat during the show on TVland.com. It's the last new episode leading up to the can't-miss season finale, Hot in Cleveland, tonight at 10.
Hey, check it out. She's using the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser Bath Scrubber.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen one up close.
What's the word around the sink?
That it removes 3 times more soap scum per swipe, and it came from outer space.
It is not from outer space.
No, man, it's from outer space. They're aliens on an intergalactic cleanliness mission. They're here to clean up the universe.
Oh, the kitchen scrubbers are aliens too?
Yeah, look at that greasy kitchen mess. Everybody's in on the cleanspiracy, man. I can't even trust myself.
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser Kitchen and Bath Scrubbers. The clean is out of this world.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium lasts up to 8 times longer, which means up to 8 times less waste. Energizer Ultimate Lithium. Now that's positive energy.
Who's that?
That's the guy who gets his salsa from New York City.
New York City?
Around here, there's only one word for salsa. Pace. Pay the right way for that big, bold kick. Grab the Southwest by the bottle.
For a while now, you've been taking an antidepressant, but your cloud of depression is still with you. Maybe it's time to ask your doctor about adding Seroquel Xr to your antidepressant to treat your depression. Seroquel Xr is a once-daily extended-release tablet, which means medication is released around the clock. For many, Seroquel Xr, when added to an antidepressant, was proven more effective than an antidepressant alone at helping people feel less depressed. Call your doctor if you have unusual changes in mood, behavior, or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults. Elderly dementia patients taking Seroquel Xr have an increased risk of death. Call your doctor if you have fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, as these may be signs of a life-threatening reaction. Or if you have uncontrollable muscle movements, as these could become permanent. High blood sugar has been reported with Seroquel Xr and medicines like it, and in extreme cases can lead to coma or death. Your doctor should check for cataracts. Other risks include increased cholesterol and weight gain, as well as seizures, dizziness on standing, drowsiness, impaired judgment, trouble swallowing, and decreases in white blood cells, which can be fatal. Use caution before driving or operating machinery. Isn't it time to put more distance between you and your depression? Talk to your doctor about Seroquel Xr. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Hey ladies, here's a little something you'll find irresistible. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, with a delicious cinnamon and sugar taste that's amazing. Crave those crazy squares.
Right now, Sears has amazing prices on amazing styles for back to school. Plus, get $10 in comeback cash when you spend $50 or more on clothes. Amazing prices, amazing styles. Make this year amazing at Sears.
That's a great price.
It's clearance time here at Planet Honda, and we're dealing.
I'll take a dozen.
A dozen? Lowball! Aha! Our Hondas are for our customers.
But it's not fair. Planet Honda has all the cars.
There's nothing like the Honda Summer Clearance here at Planet Honda. It's my favorite time of the year. Get a new 2011 Accord for $169 a month with zero down payment. $169 a month, zero down payment. Planet Honda, saving the universe one customer at a time.
No way I'm washing this out. Why use a hair repair treatment that rinses out 95% of what you just put in? Skip the rinse and keep the shine and protection with Infusium 23 leave-in treatment. No waiting, just comb, style, go. And whatever you do, don't rinse out. So blow it out, way out. Or play it straight. Infusium 23's leave-in treatment frees you up with continuous protection and shine every day. Now is it sinking in? Leave it and love it. Infusium 23.